This man-made lake, 30 kilometers long and 7 kilometers wide on its border, makes this a dramatic setting for an adventurous getaway. The magical tract of land is game-rich and a birder's paradise.
Here at the foot of the majestic Lobombo Mountains, only a few kilometers away from Swaziland, you'll find the Pongola Game Reserve. This is where the Shayamoya Game Lodge is situated, with its vast panorama of Lake Jazini shimmering in the morning haze.
Taking inspiration for its color scheme and design from the natural surrounds, the lodge was built like an eagle eyrie with high lookout points. Once a cattle farm on the edge of the reserve, the land was given new life by the Blevin family.
Lindy, the first thing you notice about this place is its tranquility and its serenity. How did it all come about?
And we've lived here for many years on this ranch, and my dad always had this idea of a camp on top of this ridge here. So my brother, my sister and I, one day we came tromping through the bushes in very thick grass, and we came and camped up here the one night to see what it would be like with the twinkling stars above us and see what the lake would look like in the morning. And it was just a perfect spot with a lovely cool breeze in the early morning, and Shayamoya is a Zulu word, hit the wind, but it's got a much gentler connotation of where the African breeze blows.
Architecture takes its cue from nature. Seligna, teak, tambuti wood, African mahogany, grass and stone set a scene that's African yet sophisticated.
We are a family-run lodge. We've got 10 chalets, so we keep it nice and small and personal. We like getting to know our guests, and we have a lot of activities that we offer, and our speciality is the tiger fishing. It's the only area in South Africa where you'll find tiger fish, and it's a game fish, so it's a really exciting fish to catch.
The record is an 8.3 kilogram beauty, but Joanne opted for 2 legs and less teeth for her first foray into the bush. With an average temperature of 22 degrees, it's the temperate season here in northern KwaZulu-Natal and ideal for game viewing. With over 400 species of birds in contrasting ecosystems, from woodlands and wetlands to thornveld and savanna, sightings are rich. Most lodges offer 4x4 access to the terrain. Here, guests are treated to a gently moving feast from the water's edge.
This area was declared a game reserve in 1894, making it the oldest game reserve on the entire African continent. Another one of its claims to fame is that it has 2 types of game viewing vehicles, one with wheels and one that floats.
Going about the Bundu in a bakkie offers one kind of experience, but how different it is gliding by silently on the water. Scenic cruises offer hippo and crocodile viewing, but it's hardly a primitive experience.
Roger, this is a marvelous vessel. Tell me more about Shayamanzi.
Okay, Joan, this is the first luxury houseboat in South Africa. She was built on the sides of the riverbank because she's too cumbersome to transport. She's 25 meters long by 8 meters wide and weighs 34 tons. She's powered by diesel motors and cruises at 5 knots. We pride ourselves on efficient systems and a unique experience.
South African lodges have set new standards in decor, and the boat was not about to be left high and dry in the design stakes. Unobtrusive neutral tones are in harmony with the landscape beyond the deck.
Kim, this houseboat has such a lovely, relaxing atmosphere. How did you go about choosing the decor elements?
Joanne, well, in a very limited space, we decided to go for a contemporary modern look. We chose our theme as nautical safari, which we thought sounded rather perfect. And we've used the primary elements to create the atmosphere of relaxation, of comfort.
Wildlife watching from an airy sitting room or your own cabin brings new meaning to luxury safari. But for the wild at heart, there's a small matter of a tigerfish to be tamed. Just to confuse things, its common name is the striped water dog, not to be confused with the striped bush horse.
I've never in my life tried to catch a tigerfish. How do I start the whole process?
Well, we start off by putting the bait, which is normally a sardine. We take the sardine, use the tail end. When putting the hook along, then you tie it with a string until you get to the end nicely, leaving piece of the hook out. When it swallows the bait, now we are getting ready for the action.
Aside from tigerfish, butter barbel and red-breasted kerpers might bite, although, judging by her cavalier handling of the rod, she's expecting a guppy. But in the fish-rich water, it doesn't take long for a bite.
After 5 seconds, closing the bail arm now, getting ready for the rod tip to bend for the tension of the fish, and then we know the fish is swimming that way, and then we strike. When we strike, we keep the line tight so that we don't lose the fish, or it jumps out and then we might end up breaking the line when it comes back into the water.
Now, perhaps this is what they mean by a triumph of hope over experience.
Not so tight?
Oh no, oh no.
Oh, you lost it.
Oh no. Bramson, I was just getting into it now, man.
Yeah, we'll try again.
I think I'm gonna have to come back to come and
Catch
finish
that
off
fish.
this one, eh?
The one that got away.
The one that got away.
The big one.
Thanks for the moral support, Bramson.
You're welcome.
Whatever it was on the hook swims off to brag about its narrow escape. In the galley, the king clip wasn't quite as lucky. The resident chef pan-fries it in butter and serves it with fresh farm vegetables. The early evening cruises are popular. Night closes in softly in this part of the world. The sun sets everything that postcards try to capture, but somehow fail when you've experienced the real thing.
With all the comforts of a luxury liner, yet the intimacy of a private floating game lodge, Shayamanzi is in a league of its own. After getting up close and personal with Africa's gentle and not so gentle creatures, it's time to soak up the spectacular scenery. To the one that got away.